What is going on, everyone? Hope y'all are doing well, and in this video I'm going to share step by step how to get out of the struggle of feeling like you can't build wealth because you either don't make enough money or maybe you can't save any more than you already are right now. As someone who has a below average income, I know that it can be difficult, but it's not impossible, and that is what these steps are for. So if you have a pen and paper next to you, or you're at the point in your life where all your notes are taken on your phone, here is the step-by-step guide to get you out of the rat race. So the first step to kick things off is build a savings account and save at least 1/10 of your income. I've talked about this a few times on my channel, but saving at least 1/10 of your income is so important. I believe that 10% is a great place to start. So saving under 10% will make it really difficult for you to build wealth because you are focused on making sure that your emergency funds keep being replenished. So what my wife and I do is we have multiple savings accounts. One of these accounts is an emergency fund savings account. This account I don't even include with the rest of my funds because I want to make sure that my emergency fund is completely maxed out where I want it. The other savings accounts is for our brokerage accounts and Roth IRAs. We normally have a set amount that we put toward our investments. But if there are any emergencies that come up, like one of us loses a job or there is an emergency for immediate cash, we have that account available and we can stop our automatic transfers into our investment accounts. This works best for us, but find what will be best for you. It may feel better to have all your money in one account, or maybe you want to have multiple categories for your savings, so you may want to have an additional account or two. But regardless, whatever you do, make sure that you are saving at least 10% of your income. And the best way to do this is through an automatic transfer. So if your bank has this feature, set it up where it takes money from your paycheck and moves it over to your savings account so you don't have to do it on a regular basis. The second step for getting out of the rat race is to control your spending. This step cannot be taken lightly because from experience, if you don't take control of how you spend your money, it will take control of you, and spending money will become an addiction if it isn't already. So the first thing I would ask is, are you keeping track of your spending? There are people that I've known who have created a budget first, and then when they spend their money, they realize that they are over in several different categories. I would not create a budget for myself until I've tracked my spending for about a month. Once I know how much I spent in that month, then I begin creating categories. In order to take control of your spending, you need to be able to see specific details. For example, do you go and grab a drink on the way home from work? Do you add an extra item or two into your grocery list? Do you go and buy coffee on your way to work, or even buy something extra to go with your coffee on your way to work? Keep track of everything that you spend money on, because as crazy as it sounds, not buying those small purchases could help you build wealth. Let's say you're someone who buys coffee every day before work, and that coffee costs about $5. Well, if you went to every other day instead of every day, and you invested that money into the stock market for an average return of about 10%, you would have $6,000 at the end of those 5 years. Now imagine what would happen if you ordered coffee once every few days, or even once a week. There could be opportunities to get out of the wealth struggle, but you just need to look for them in your own budget. What this all comes down to is what you desire most. See, for many of us, we desire whatever we can get immediately without even considering the greatness of the reward on the other side. And so you need to get to a place where your passion and desire for the long-term reward exceeds the temptation for temporary satisfaction. It all comes down to your money mindset. So once you've tracked your spending, create a budget based off of how you've spent your money over the past month, and then look for those opportunities I mentioned before to see how you can cut back on your spending. Personally, I record my spending every week. This way I know instantly when and where I'm overspending, but find what works best for you. The third step is to put your money to work. Many people today work for money, and this is not the right approach. Everything you do is based off of whether or not you get a paycheck that week or month. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying to stop working, but the reality for many people is they get paid for their work and then they spend it all only to find themselves back where they started. What I suggest to do is make money that will make more money. Whatever you get paid, you need to take a portion of that income and force it to help you make more money. This is the whole point of investing. I think many people think, well, if I invest in my 401k, then that'll help me prepare for retirement without even understanding what that money really does for you. When you are investing money into the stock market, real estate, crypto, or local businesses, you are putting money into something that you believe will multiply the money that you already have. And as your money multiplies, it will grow exponentially. And this is why it is so important not only to invest early, but to invest as much as you can. I am someone who likes to diversify not only the stocks I buy, but also the platforms that I use. And one of the platforms I like to use is Moomoo. They're doing a promotion right now where you can get up to 7 free stocks when you deposit $100 to the platform, or 10 free stocks when you deposit $2,000 to the platform. And these stocks could be valued up to $2,500. Think about it. This is literally free money for you. And I can tell you that the Moomoo app is a really clean and easy app to use. You can also buy stocks both on the US stock market and the Hong Kong market. Plus, there are no fees for trading US stocks if you're a US resident. And if you like technical analysis, they have level 2 data as well. So if you're interested in using Moomoo, click the link down below in the description to get started. This promotion only lasts until the end of the month, so make sure that you sign up before it ends. Okay, so I want you to put yourself into the perspective of a business owner, and you are looking to hire people. Who are going to be the kind of people that you want to hire? You want people who have good character and great productivity. The same thing applies with our money. We don't want to put our money into businesses or concepts that we don't believe in. And if you are investing into a company just because someone told you it's going to 10x, then you might as well go to the casino at that point. I heard it said that we need to treat our personal finances like a business. When we see the importance of every dollar that we have, we will not only want to grow our wealth, but we will want to be safe and strategic with how we do it. When you go to buy investments, think about it like you're hiring them because they will put your money to good use and you trust what they're doing. And this leads to the fourth point, which is to protect your wealth from loss. I think there are two really important pieces to this step. The first is consulting with wise people who are invested in asset classes that you wanted to be invested in as well. Use other people's experience to give you wisdom about what is going on in the market, how to find good deals, and where to get financing. I'm actually looking into getting my third property, and it wouldn't make sense for me to only use my 5 years worth of experience. Even though I'm grateful for my achievements at such an early age, I need to rely on a real estate agent that not only has been in the business for a while, but knows the area better than I do. I also need a contractor who I can build trust with that will give me good quality work and that I can refer him to other people so he can make more money as well. It would also be wise for me to ask other investors which lenders they use for different kinds of properties so that I can get the best lender for my situation. So rely on other people's experience and wisdom to protect your wealth. And this goes along with stocks as well. If you notice when I talk about stocks, I am constantly trying to look for the good and bad of a company. If I don't see the caution flags of the company, then I will be more likely to sell based on my emotions if something were to happen. I personally want to make sure that I know the company like the back of my hand, so that if something does happen, I'm not surprised. Every investment has risk. But when you are aware and seek counsel about those risks, you will be in a better place mentally to make a logical investment. So those are 4 tips. And if you are enjoying this video so far, smash that like button down below. That helps this channel in a massive way. And let me know in the comments which one really sticks out to you. But on to step number 5, and that is to figure out if you should own or rent. This is going to be dependent on each individual person, but here are a couple things to consider. First is how long you are planning to live in the property. If you're only planning on living there for a couple of years or less, then renting will probably be a better option. But if you're looking to live there for a few years and then rent it out afterwards as an investment property, then buying could be the best option. Now there is actually a third option, and that is called a house hack. House hacking is the best way, in my opinion, to spend little to no amount on your housing. What you do in this scenario is buy a house and then rent out the other units. There are plenty of ways to do this. You can buy a duplex, triplex, or quadplex where you live in one of those units and then rent out the rest of the house. And if you get the right property, not only will you not have to pay for living there, but you could also get some extra income as well. The other option, which is what I did in college, is buy a single family home and rent out the rooms. Now, what I loved about this strategy is that not only was I able to buy a house, but I was also able to help the guys who lived with me because the rent for the rooms were much cheaper than what you would have found in an apartment or on campus. And if you are buying your first property using an FHA loan, you could be able to put down only 3.5% of the property's price. Now, I know some people may feel uncomfortable with this, but I want to challenge you and ask the question, how badly do you want to start building wealth? If you really want to take a huge leap, then house hacking could be a great strategy for you. But whatever you do, try and reduce your cost of living so that the money you save from it can help make more money work for you. But if you're interested in learning more about this step and figuring out which strategy is best for you, I will leave a spreadsheet in the description down below for you to use. Step number 6 is make sure that you provide an advance for your retirement and the protection of your family. I've seen this so many times in my life where people don't save up for their retirement and it takes a toll on them when they hit the retirement age. Now, people are going to have different viewpoints about this, so I want to leave some open-ended questions. The first thing I would ask is, do you want to retire, and at what age would you want to retire? the so-called retirement life will get boring if we don't have something planned. But the other piece to this puzzle is to know how much you need to retire. If you want a conservative number, figure out how much you will spend for an entire year and then divide that number by 0.04. This is called the 4% rule. So if you believe that you will be able to live off of $40,000 a year, then you will need $1 million to retire. Now there are other ways to figure out how much you need for retirement, but I feel like this is the easiest one to understand. The second thing I would ask myself is, how do I want to provide for my family when I'm older? For some people, they will want to help pay for their kids' college tuition. For others, they don't want to. I know some families that are buying investment properties for each kid so that when they graduate, the house will be paid off for them. But this is all going to be dependent on how you plan to not only raise up your family, but set them up for the future. However, I believe that protecting your family goes much further than just paying for college or giving them an investment property. I think there are some major things to consider, like any emergencies that could occur, or when you pass away, how will your family be able to provide for themselves as they shift into this new season? So take some time and ask yourself those questions. Figure out what your goals are and see how you can work towards that. And figure out if there's something you can do right now that could help your family down the road and in the long term. And this leads to the very last step, which is to increase your ability to earn. Now there are a couple of ways to do this. I think the first would be to see if there is any way to make more money in your current job. Is your job based on commission or not? If it is, what would motivate you to make more money? If not, is there an opportunity to get a raise in your current job, or would you be able to get a better paying job? Now, not everyone has this kind of flexibility, but are there other states that could be more affordable that provide similar paying jobs? And also, are there other certifications that you can get to help you get a raise? Take some time to look in your area and see what people are paying for the kind of work that you would be qualified to do. So that is one way to increase your ability to earn. But another way, and I think that this is much better, is to grow the number of streams of income that you have. This could be from investing in a different asset like I mentioned before, having a second job, investing in a local business, or even starting your own business or side hustle. There are plenty of reasons for having multiple streams of income. First, it protects you if you lose your job or one of your streams of income isn't producing money like it should. We have seen this especially in the stock market as of late, where almost everything has been cut a quarter in value. So make sure you have multiple streams of income to build that safety net in case something goes wrong. But the second reason for having multiple streams is to grow your wealth faster. Especially if you started your own side hustle or other business, there is a possibility that your income from this stream could pass your primary job. And so having this other stream of income not only may give you the opportunity to make more money, but also make more money sooner than expected. If you want to start a business, figure out what your skill set is and how you can help solve problems in the world. But in any case, increase your ability to earn so that you can provide for you and your family down the road. Hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you did, hit that like button down below. And I would love to hear which one of these steps really sticks out to you. So let me know in the comments down below. Also, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button and notification bell. That way you are notified when new content comes out. Hope you all enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll see you in the next one.